I love this article. Look at it. Germany accused of policy madness. There's a word here that shouldn't be policy. It's like Germany accused of madness would have been a lot more accurate. After hiking airline passenger tax. Now, the reason that this is happening is that I see a lot of Anna Kasperian types in Western Europe, especially in Germany. These are individuals that will vote and will support ideologies just for the sake of running their mouths. Like, they don't actually want the policy, they don't actually want it implemented. They just like to pretend that they do. So in the case of Germany, you have a lot of individuals that advocate for environmentalism. And they go around drinking their soy lattes, and they will say how important it is for us to save the planet, and they will support the Green Party. But if you actually ask them, what does the Green Party want to accomplish? What is on their website? What are the things that they want changed for Germany? They unironically do not know. But again, they vote. And if you disagree with them, they get very angry. And they only change their mind when it influences them. Because up until now, a lot of the policies were influencing the poor folk. But the poor folk don't really fly or travel that much. Meanwhile, the middle class, especially the corporate environment and the people that do support these policies, they do fly. So now finally their policy is affecting them, and they're very upset about it. And this is why you get all of these articles. But it is not policy madness. Like, we know that they wanted to do this. This wasn't something that the Green Party in Germany was conspiring. This wasn't conversations happening in dark rooms where they were like, oh, we're going to hike airline passenger tax. No, like, they actually said, no, we want net zero. We believe that flying produces carbon emissions. Now, we're not going to ban airplanes, at least not yet, but we are going to tax things. We are going to put tax on many things to dissuade people from using those things. So, why are people surprised now? Why are they being shocked? The airplane companies are complaining about it, and I do understand why, because number one, they suffered a lot during COVID, when they were told that they're not allowed to fly. So, they experienced losses during those times. And they haven't recovered since. Now, one of the interesting ways that the airplane companies raised prices was that they didn't just raise the price on the ticket, but most of the tickets for flying remained the same. But when I went to London last year, I had to realize that, oh, you want an extra baggage? Well, there's an added tax. Oh, you want to select your seat? Oh, there's an added tax. Oh, you want to fly next to your wife? Well, she has to select her seat as well, and there's an added tax. Oh, your baggage is over this amount of weight? Now there's an added tax. There used to be like a lot of added taxes in the past, but now it seems that not only did they increase in price, but also like for almost everything you want to do is extra. So at the end, when I looked at the payment, it was almost a quarter, if not even more, a third of what the initial ticket was. So this is how like airplanes have made travel more expensive. They try to hide all of these taxes with additional costs. But now the government itself is adding another cost. So if you look at the price for flying from, I don't know, Germany to Romania 6 years ago, and you're going to compare it with how much it's going to cost after this legislation passes, you're going to be astonished. Now, the interesting thing is that a lot of liberals disagree with conservatives such as myself due to the fact that we have completely different values. Like, the stuff that I care about, they don't, and vice versa. Usually conservatives care about safety, family cohesion, community, while people who are more left-leaning, liberal-oriented, they care about immigration, they care about globalism, the ability to just fly from one country to another with minimum checks. To convince a liberal not to care about those things is the same way as them trying to convince me not to care about the things that I do. So this actually impacts the fundamental core beliefs of a lot of liberals who, again, like, they just want to travel. Like, they consider themselves to be citizens of the world. They want to get in a plane and travel all the way around the world with just their ID, if possible. And making travel a lot more expensive for them is going to be something that they don't like. We're going to see if this actually ends up affecting voting pattern. I don't think that it by itself is enough, but you are going to see a lot of individuals turning into Ana Kasperians. Like a lot of left-leaning individuals that are going to be like, well, hold on a little bit. These policies are things that I don't actually like, and I should get a little bit more involved and actually read on what is on the party website that I want to vote for. And this may also influence the way that people view the European Union. It may actually lower the support a little bit. Because every single time I talk to a Romanian about the EU and I say, well, yeah, but like, look how many regulations they have, look how many taxes they're raising for us, look how much stuff they're putting in, and life may be a little bit easier if we wouldn't have to follow all of these regulations and rules. Their counter argument is usually, well, yeah, but because we're in the European Union, you can travel anywhere. You know, as if you couldn't travel before, or like getting a passport is something insurmountable. But now, due to the fact that the Green Party has won a major landslide last elections in the European Union, you do have laws like this, which makes the traveling that much difficult. And, you know, they're starting now by adding this extra tax, which may not be that expensive if you're a wealthy person. I mean, apparently the price of the tickets is raising by 15 euros all the way to 70 euros. And again, when you add the extra tax that airplane companies are putting, like for baggage, and it goes way higher. But I don't think this is the end. I think like if these parties remain in power in order to reach their net zero, they're going to keep adding taxes. They're going to keep making it more difficult for people to move within the European Union. So like even the argument that, well, yeah, but like we're in the European Union, so from Romania you can easily travel to Germany, well, that may not stand anymore because it's going to be more and more expensive to do that traveling. Whether you're going to want to do it by car or whether you're going to want to do it by plane, it's going to be more difficult. And at the end of the day, a lot of people are noticing that this is not really about the environment. Like, it's kind of bizarre for a country to say they want to reach net zero when they have this massive pipeline that they were planning to go from Russia all the way into Germany so that they can get gas, and they're shutting down their nuclear power. I know that the pipeline was destroyed, but they didn't account for that. Like, you are planning to go net zero while you're taking more gas from Russia. And that's still a conversation that I don't think was had in German mainstream media. Where they're like, well, why are we shutting down our nuclear power? Why are we reliant on gas from Russia? You know, how do we get our solar panels? Oh, we're supporting China now. Well, what if a conflict with Taiwan breaks out? Like, what are we going to do? Like, these are not even conversations that most Germans are having, which is very interesting, isn't it? Let me know what you guys think, though, and as usual, I will see you in the comment section.